れたものはいつか思い出すはずでしょう。消えた夢の影を探した寂しさの答え儚さを愛触れてた風に流れて僕は君を愛せていたか少し気づくことが遅すぎだんだん消えてゆく明日さえも崩れ落ちてゆく何もないここで一人きりいつかまた最後の日を迎えられてみれまた生まれ落ちた君が望む日
Driving wild. Kinda cool though. What's your name, Ebony? How old are you? 27. You're 27? You look like you're 22. Are you dating or something?
I do TikTok.
What are you doing on TikTok?
First of all, hold on. Hold the phone. How many followers you got?
Hello YouTube, I'm back again with another video. I'm here to talk about this odd situation where the cop is literally flirting with the suspect.
Dan Ryan around 5:45 last night. Police say Ebony Collins was driving the car and was caught after she pulled over on the shoulder of the highway.
All right, what's wrong with you? What happened? Why'd your back hurt?
Driving wild. Kinda cool though. What's your name, Ebony? How old are you? 27. You're 27? You look like you're 22.
It wasn't like she did like, the thing is, it wasn't like she did anything small. She was actually the person that was literally speeding and driving recklessly, hitting other vehicles. And as you can tell, the cop was literally distracted based on her looks. It's one thing if you're trying to be nice to someone to get some sort of confession from them or to lead them on so that they be able to incriminate themselves. I get that part. But it's very awkward, like how the guy literally stands out on, literally even with the body cam footage on, as if, I don't know, again, I don't know whether they made a mistake in like having to like post it. Whoever had the body cam footage was able to expose them, so happened to be one of the colleagues.
Yeah, you do look young. You don't drive like you're young though. You drive like a fucking race car driver.
You drive stress-free.
You drive, Grand Theft Auto over here.
But the thing is though, was that the fact that this cop and one of the others was able to be open about it. In a serious situation like this, again, he could have done this outside his job, but in a situation like this, you always have to make sure to take this serious so you can actually get actual information. Now, and again, he does come off as a simp, and I could be wrong. Maybe he's really trying to manipulate her into getting more information by being nice. And sometimes there's always good cop and there's a bad cop.
Done that before, or is this just a first time skill, beginner's luck? Yeah, I got that impression. You remember us? We're the initial two officers who tried to pull you over. When you pulled out of Alta. You dating or something? Okay. So he let you borrow his car? You took it out, you were doing whatever you were doing.
You got some warrants too.
You already got checked, right? I'm not sure. You have to get rid of this.
No, it's not.
Can you open that up?
Yep.
You're not supposed to check no door.
You check pockets and stuff.
I don't got no phone.
Are you wearing a shirt under here?
No, straight.
Wrong?
It's not even no problem. Don't open it. I promise you. No problem.
I gotta check any. I gotta give you a little check over, but I'm not gonna punch you anywhere.
But on top of it, it does seem really suspicious. Like, yeah, she committed a very serious crime, but at the same time, it's like these cops are willing to be nice to her. And just because someone's being nice to you does not make them a trustworthy person.
Look, no problem.
No, I see.
Yeah, hold on. One second. You got it?
To jail! Taking her straight back. I'll sit in the back with her.
You'll sit in the back?
Yeah.
Okay.
Even though I shouldn't really be showing concern for the criminal because she's basically endangering other people's lives, something tells me that she would literally be in a situation where the cops would take advantage of her. Because they even go into asking her like personal stuff, like as if it's like a regular date. But this guy's not thinking that his job is literally online, and this could literally get him fired.
We'll throw her in the car and I'll
Yeah, we'll go back.
Put it back.
way back. We'll be like, listen, Your Honor, we don't even think Ebony did it. I mean, she did it, but we don't even think she did. You know what I mean? That's usually what we start with because we give everybody the benefit of the doubt, and I don't even think you did it. I mean, I know you did it, but I don't think you did it.
And I'm not trying to support the cop, but it's like, if you're on duty, like, wouldn't your main goal would be to get the issue resolved and they be able to go on about your day? If she was to be let off, then you would have a chance, but not in a serious issue while you're in the midst of doing your job.
I do TikTok.
What are you doing on TikTok?
First of all, hold on. Hold the phone. How many followers you got?
I have a lot. I do
I
TikTok.
didn't ask you that. How many? Don't tell me
10,000.
10,000. Yeah.
That's a lot. You talking about?
Especially when they're trying to get get the issue solved here, because he's literally basically trying to flirt with someone who basically doesn't value life.
I do TikTok and I do promos. Like,
Here's the deal. If it's 10,000 on TikTok, whatever, it does. It could be bots, but if they're organic, if they're real people, it's real.
Spyware. I have 2 words for you. China.
I love China, man.
China.
I love TikTok. How many on
How
Instagram?
many? What do you don't fucking
over
know?
5K.
Over 5K. What about you on Instagram? How many followers you got on Instagram? How many? You're all bashful. You're all like, I got a lot. I'm like, how many?
I
You're
do
like,
a lot.
okay, go ahead.
She claims that she's a TikToker, she's 27, and he believes she's like 22 years old. That's like, the dude this cop needs to really get his priorities straight. There's more important things to talk about than what she does on social media. Yeah, like, if it's anything related to what she's doing that involves the crime, then yeah, they should really get into detail about that and try to get her to dig deeper. Because the thing is like, I feel like when you're doing your job, you need to put your feelings aside, or who you're attracted to. If you can't, then it shows that you're unable to do your job.
You make more than I do now, but how much do I make? Well, when we factor in that 3.5%, how much is it? What's the total?
Good enough.
Good enough.
Hell
Like
yeah.
180,000. Yeah.
But this cop is literally going off topically. Like, the thing is though, it's like, what makes him think that she'd be interested? And I don't want to go too deep into it. Who knows, like, what would happen if she was to refuse his offer? And I can't help but, like, if he was to take her to the back of the police car, he might really do some fucked up shit to her.
She's like a nice person.
I am.
Real bummer.
I told you I should just stop.
You could have. Well, you could have. From when you first ran and the other 40 miles you decided not to.
You had a couple. I think what
You had a few miles in between to
If you
fucking
average
stop.
an opportunity every mile, you had like 40 chances.
You know why you scared me?
Talk to me.
Because I'm like, why he telling me? I don't know. Because I told you I got that car from someone.
And again, even though I'm not an advocate for criminals, I'm not, like, does not mean they deserve to get violated. Now, it depends on the type of person and what their crimes are. But something like this, yeah, for reckless driving does not mean that the person should be treated in such a way where it like literally traumatizes them. But at the same time, it's like, unless she took somebody's life, like let's say she did, if she ended up severely harming people, or she ended up getting people handicapped and stuff, then she shouldn't get any sympathy whatsoever, and she definitely needs to do serious time and then spend several years in prison. That's one thing I will add. But like, this cop literally thought he would get a shot. Like, the thing is though, it's like, I know the reason why I do want to speak on this is that if she was to refuse, I can't help but think the worst is gonna happen if she refused his offer, because something tells me he's gonna be on a power trip. If he's being all nice, he's trying to make her feel comfortable, because this is basically like a sign of grooming, basically. Like, so if you guys get what I mean, he's trying to make her feel comfortable, trying to make her feel like she's at ease and stuff, that she can trust him, and then maybe do her a favor by saying, yeah, I'll be willing to help you get less time, but in return you gotta be able to hook up with me, you gotta be able to hang out, and you gotta follow me where I go. I'm gonna take you places where we were both gonna be satisfied. But I'm not gonna say specifically, but he is the type of cop that would probably abuse his power, because he's trying to come off really nice, but he just wants, apologize for the background and noise, but he really wants something from this woman. Because anybody thinks, oh, the cop is being nice, or he's brainwashed, and so whether he is or he can't help look at her a certain way, he can't help, but he can't control his hormones. But if he doesn't get what he wants, that he's fully aware that he's got the type of power that he has, and he can abuse it. And this is why I had to feel like I had to showcase. He even talked about how he wanted to literally bring her to the back car and make sure that she doesn't escape. So when you, again, not just based on what you're, but when you see the way he's responding, you can't help but like, he's really trying to use this as an opportunity to get with her, to push her into a relationship, which in itself is quite disturbing. Because who knows, and I can't assume his backstory. Something tells me maybe he didn't have that type of power to get with a woman or try to convince her, but he feels now he has the chance to do that. And these are the cops you need to be fully aware of, that also need to be investigated, in my opinion. And you don't just, not only should you check the suspect, but you need to be aware what these cops do around, like what they do around these suspects behind closed doors, whether it might be a cell without cameras, but that's something that always needs to be looked into. But he's giving up some like simp incel vibes, and this is why I feel like you need to just, not that I say I justify what she did, but say she definitely needs to stay away from these type of cops, or just not just her, anybody who feels like whether I can't say whether her life is being threatened, but if it seems like there's an awkward situation going on and the cop is being nice towards the woman and he's coming off as very flirtatious towards her, something tells me there will be a red flag if she refuses, and she knows that he's a cop, and if she decides to resist, he will get violent towards her and force himself upon her, making sure that she does not say a word about this, and that he's going to try to keep her silent. If not, it's like her life will 100% be on the line. To be honest with you guys, whether that woman is attractive or not, it is not worth losing my job for. Even if I'm trying to persuade her and try to convince her to like incriminate herself, to give up evidence, yeah, of course I'm gonna have to be nice. But the thing is though, like, you want, however you feel towards a person, whether it be about their looks or you find them attractive, you always keep it to yourself, because is it really worth losing your job, especially one that can be paying you really good, and where you don't have to like have people trying to like take advantage of you. And pretty much when you're the one that's supposed to bring order to the public, especially if you are a law enforcer and your job's to make sure to maintain peace or manage citizens, it's like you want to make sure that you keep your composure under control. And how you act on camera will basically basically describe the type of person you are. And although you may feel you have the power to dictate people, you don't have the power to erase who you are, especially if it's on camera. So always want to make sure to act professional, and always believe it's always best to be able to ensure and let people know that I need to be able to do my job correctly, and so we can get down to the bottom of this and have this issue resolved without any sort of problem. For example, let's say if she was to take somebody's life, or if she basically massacred or severely hurt or taking the lives of many people, and if I'm not taking this situation serious, I'm gonna be held responsible for not handling the situation with proper cause. And because I decide to be lenient towards the person because I can't help control my urges, what does that say about me? That I'm not fit to be a cop, and I'm likely to put my colleagues' life on the line, and I'm basically be held liable and drag other people to the point where I'm a burden, that I'm putting myself in a situation where I'm not needed. But overall, I feel like I said enough for you guys. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. Be sure to check for more upcoming content later in the future. Be sure to check the notifications, comment, like, subscribe. Thank you.
I